Hello everybody, today for you I have a Stardust Assault Hero deck list for the Edison Format 2010. The objective of this deck list is to summon the powerful Stardust Assault mode in order to overwhelm your opponent with negations. Tomorrow I plan to upload duel videos with this deck list, so be sure to check those out. Until then, let's take a look at the list. First up, we have Arcane Apprentice. When this tuner is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon, you can add one Assault Mode Activate from your deck to your hand. This is going to be your most powerful tuner in the deck, allowing you to efficiently make Stardust Assault Mode by using just a Mally and him. That's 2 cards for the powerful Stardust Assault Mode. Very good. Next up, we have one Armageddon Knight. The Armageddon Knight will be used to set up for our Assault Mode play, either sending Plague Spreader or Malicious to the graveyard. We play 3 Assault Beast in this deck. Now this is a Assault Mode deck. The main objective is to summon Stardust Assault Mode. So accessing that Assault Mode activates is very important. This is also an Earth monster in the graveyard for your Miracle Fusions, which will be very important, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And it is also a 19-beat stick on its own, so really not too shabby of a card. Next up, we have our 3 Dark Greffers. Dark Greffer will be used to discard our Maliciouses in order to set up for our plays. Very useful. 2 Malicious, of course, the easiest to summon level 6 monster that we will be using to make our Stardust. We play 1 Ocean in this deck list as a searchable water target to set up for absolute 0 plays. We play 1 Stratos. Stratos is probably one of the most important cards in this deck. Stratos is going to search the Malicious so that we can special summon our Dark Greffers and do our Dark Greffer plays efficiently. We play 1 Plague Spreader. Plague Spreader has a lot of value in this deck, not only being able to help you make those level 8 synchros, but it'll also allow you to put on top of your deck your Stardust Assault modes so that you're able to summon them, because drawing a Stardust Assault mode is a hard brick. You do not want to have these in your hand. We play 2 of the Stardust Assault mode. When Stardust Assault mode is summoned by Assault mode activated, he can negate any card effect by tributing himself. And if he is destroyed, he will special summon Stardust Dragon. Also, during the end phase, he will come back when he is tributed for his effect, making him effectively the only effect negation in Yugioh at this time, making him a very powerful card, but unfortunately he does have a tricky summon condition. We play 1 Brain Control in order to steal our opponent's monsters in synchro. We play 3 E-Call. Now, the E-Calls are interesting in this deck because we only play 2 targets for the E-Call, but these targets are that important that getting to the Stratos as soon as possible is really going to lead into our win condition. So I really feel like it's necessary to play 3 even with the 2 targets. They can be bricks in the mid to late game, but if we have a Stardust Assault mode at that point, it's not really an issue. We play 1 Foolish Burial. One of the strongest plays you can have in this deck is to open Foolish Burial or Future Fusion with your Arcane Apprentice. The Foolish and Future Fusion will send the Malicious, you'll normal the Arcane Apprentice, and you'll get right into your plays, into your Stardust Assault mode plays. We play 1 Future Fusion. Now our main sends will be Malicious and the Ocean, but in case we have drawn either the Malicious or Ocean, we are able to send Assault Beast to the grave with a hero in order to resolve it still for a Gaia, which is not as powerful, but it will still resolve, and Gaia has extra utility in this deck we'll talk about in a bit. 1 Heavy Storm, of course. Now Heavy Storm has extra value in this deck because you can use it to trigger your Starlight Roads. Now you may think, oh, it's silly to Heavy Storm and Starlight Road yourself. Well, that's a 2-card Stardust. If you have the Assault mode activate too, you get the 3-card Stardust Assault mode, which isn't obviously the most efficient way, but it is equivalent to making it in a traditional way where you, let's say, use Plague Spreader, Malicious, and then activate Assault mode. So it's really not that bad of a play. Next up, we have 3 Miracle Fusions. Miracle Fusions, of course, will be used to summon Absolute 0, but it'll also be used to summon Elemental Hero Gaia. Now, if you notice, Elemental Hero Gaia is a level 6 monster. So this is going to get you the level 6 monster in another way besides Malicious in order to go into your Arcane Apprentice and then into your Stardust Assault mode. So I really feel like the Miracle Fusions add a lot to this deck besides your typical Ab-Zero plays, and is a strong addition. We play the 1 MST, we play Rhoda to search either a hero or a Dark Grepher engine. 2 Assault Mode activates, we don't play 3, you don't really want to draw this card, it's much better if you search it. And you want to mitigate the bricks in this deck, because this deck already struggles with having to play 2 Stardust Assault Modes. So playing 3 of these, or 3 Stardust Assault Modes, is just out of the question. We play 1 Mirror Force, we play Tripler Raigeki. The reason for the Tripler Raigeki is because we do have plenty of cards that we would want to discard. A Stardust that Search Malicious is a great discard target to then follow up with your normal summoned Arcane Apprentice. You may have dead E-calls in the mid-to-late game, and the thing is, once you get the Stardust Assault Mode into play, what will happen is your opponent will try to bait the Stardust Assault Mode effect and then try to OTK you. So you really want to have a backer at that point that's going to make sure you don't get OTK'd, and Raigeki Break, being very flexible, is going to be able to do that for us, I feel. 1 Solemn Judgment, of course. We are playing triple Starlight Road. Triple Starlight Road's effect is, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy 2 or more of your own cards, you can negate the effect and then special summon a Stardust from the extra deck. So this is going to give us additional ways to set up for our Assault Mode activate. Something that may happen if your opponent doesn't know what you're playing, especially in that game 1. You'll set Stardust or Starlight Road, and you'll set Assault Mode activate, and then they'll Heavy Storm you, and then you'll be able to Starlight Road follow up with the Assault Mode activate. This is kind of a dream scenario, obviously, but it does happen in that game 1. After game 1, often you'll be siding, because now that your opponent knows your strategy, you may side out a couple Starlight Roads so that doesn't happen. Where your opponent doesn't play around your Starlight Roads the whole time and you have multiple. We of course play 1 Torrential. Now Torrential is particularly useful because after you tributed your Assault Mode Stardust, your opponent's going to try and push for damage, and at that point a Torrential is going to seal the deal, wipe their board, and they won't be able to recover that from that at all. In the side deck we have a few cards to note. A Divine Wrath is particularly useful as being a way to stop DD Crow as a counter trap. It also can be sided out for their Raigeki Breaks, and I thought that was a good idea initially, but in the end I felt like I needed my Raigeki Breaks because my opponents were often siding in back row cards that could be kind of annoying. I got stuck with a Royal Oppression at one point because I sided out my Raigeki Breaks for Divine Wrath, so I'm probably not going to do that anymore. But I do feel like it's important to note that this is a way to stop things like DD Crow. More importantly though, Imperial Iron Wall. After you're able to get your Assault Mode out, after you've already resolved your Malicious, Imperial Iron Wall is going to be your best protection for it, preventing the DD Crows, and it also has the added advantage of preventing things like Caius, so it's a very good side option for you, especially after game 1. You're going to need something to stop those Crows. Mind Control is another good option for your side deck. You can take Monarchs in particular. If you're playing against Monarchs, take their Monarch, summon your Tuner, go into your Stardust, go into your Assault Mode. Could be a very strong play. As far as the extra goes, there's not too much to note. You definitely need your Gaias, your Absolute Zeros, and your Stardust. That's really the only important part. You also want to have your level 6 Synchros. So guys, that's it for the Stardust Assault Hero deck list. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a deck list I've been having a really good time with. So I highly recommend you give it a go yourself. If you don't want to give it a go yourself, that's okay, because I got some duel videos coming out tomorrow. Check them out. They're going to be really good. They're a lot of fun. And have a nice day, guys.